Hello, and welcome to the MSc webinar for Record Management. This presentation contains audio narration. Please ensure your computer speakers are turned on to hear the sound. Information in this briefing is current as of January 2021. Please check applicable service guidelines for the most current information. The objectives of this webinar are to outline where to locate the official personal record and important components within the record, describe what aspects of a given section should be routinely reviewed, verified, and if necessary, updated or corrected, discuss some of the ways to correct or update the respective sections of the record, and provide key references and/or points of contact when updating the various components of the record. The bottom line about record management is that there are multiple sections to the official officer record. Each part should be reviewed and updated regularly to ensure the best record is being presented to the board. This brief addresses the most common sections of the official record that require regular review and update. It is never too early to review your official record. Record review should occur at least 6 months before you are eligible for selection board review. Here is a snapshot of where the official military personnel file, or OMPF, can be located. The OMPF is your personal electronic record. It may be accessed 24/7 on BUPERS online. The OMPF reflects documents that were received, reviewed, and accepted as an official document. Some of the contents you should find in your OMPF are your official officer photograph, dependency application or page 2, history of assignments, awards, official transcripts, and qualifications and fitness reports. These documents are typically forwarded by your local command to PERS. An official list of your current approved OMPF contents can be located on the Navy Personnel Command website under OMPF TAC My Record. Because there are a variety of documents stored in your OMPF, you will need to reference the specific guidance for each document. Any document submitted to Navy Personnel Command for filing in the OMPF becomes the property of the Department of the Navy. Except for administrative or clerical errors, documents filed in the OMPF may not be removed or changed except by the authorization of the Secretary of the Navy. In general, if you find an error in your OMPF, you may request a correction to your service record by submitting a request through your local PSD or personnel office. Visit the MPC website for additional guidance on correcting errors associated with your OMPF. Here is a snapshot of where the professional record can be located on the BUPERS website. The Officer Data Card, or ODC, Officer Summary Record, or OSR, and Performance Summary Record, or PSR, contain your professional and performance member data. Specifically, the ODC contains your professional qualifications, education, specialties, current assignment billet information, and other personal and professional data that is used as a basis for officer career development. The OSR is a summation of the ODC. The PSR is a 3-part report that summarizes the officer's professional career progression, performance history, and personal decorations. The ODC and PSR are the primary records reviewed for career development boards as well as selection boards. Here is a breakdown of the specific information included in the professional records. This is a snapshot of an ODC. The blue and red tags are indicative of areas of the ODC that should be consistently reviewed for accuracy. When updating the ODC, you may be asked to provide the block number of the aspect of the ODC to be corrected or updated. For example, the green circles around the numbers 54 and 72 would be referenced if you were trying to update your colleges and AQDs. Here is a sample officer summary record. This is what selection boards will see. You will notice it contains a lot of the same information as the officer data card just discussed. In fact, most of the fields are automatically filled by the data from the officer data card, but there are a few differences. You may see that in addition to the information stored on the officer data card, there is a section for awards, which will be pulled from the new BUPERS Online NDAWS application. At the bottom under Special Qualifications, you will see your AQDs and NOBCs from Block 72, 83, and 91 of your ODC. There is also a space to the right for the board record reviewer to make remarks and briefing notes from other parts of your record. It is very important to review your OSR for correctness, as the board will not look directly at your ODC. To make updates, simply update the appropriate block in your officer data card. Be sure to check out our webinars on selection boards, the officer data card, and the officer summary record for more information. This is a snapshot of a PSR. The blue, red, and green tags are indicative of the main areas to review for updating correction. As noted earlier, the information in the PSR comes directly from the fitness reports. The PSR should be reviewed to ensure that all information translated correctly. In general, updates or corrections to your professional records are done through your appropriate PERS code at NPC, depending on the block of the record that needs to be updated or changed. Refer to the point of contact list in Appendix E, or ECHO, of the Navy Officer Occupation Classification System Manual, Volume 2. If you discover a duplicate document or a document that belongs to someone other than you, you may contact NPC directly to have the error corrected. If you discover errors on documents or information missing, contact your command personnel representative or servicing PSD. There is normally a 2 to 3 month lag time for the fitness reports to appear in your record. The reporting senior's cumulative average also takes up to 3 months to appear on the PSR. Fitness reports will appear on the PSR first and then in your OMPF. Reports for officers in zone for a selection board get priority for processing. If you are missing a fitness report on the PSR, the OMPF, have an error on your PSR regarding a fitness report, or have any questions about fitness reports, contact PERS 32 customer service at the numbers on this slide. Detailers and other codes at NPC do not have the ability to provide fitness assistance. Sending duplicate reports compounds the processing problem, so it is best to call and check on the report first. To add academic degrees to the ODC OSR, refer to the education codes in Appendix D or Delta of NOS Manual Volume 2. This appendix shows a listing of college and university abbreviations as well as major fields of study. To have a formal education updated, sealed official transcripts must be sent to the address or email provided on this slide. If transcripts are not available, contact PERS 450 for guidance at the number provided. Transcripts will be sent from PERS 450 to PERS 313 to be scanned into your OMPF. It will take approximately 1 week for the updates to appear on the ODC OSR. It will take approximately 45 to 60 days to see transcripts scanned into your OMPF. If the document does not show up on the OMPF after 45 to 60 days, you will have to contact PERS 450. PERS 313 does not track incoming documents or provide status if a document was not received. Only service schools or courses listed in Appendix C or Charlie of the NOS Manual, Volume 2, may be added to the ODC. To add an approved service school into the ODC, the 3-digit service school code, course abbreviation, completion date, and course duration are required. The course completion certificate must be included as well. This information may be submitted to My Navy Career Center using the email address on this slide. Service schools that are not listed cannot be added. The community manager will determine if the school needs to be added, and they will work with INSEPs to make this addition when indicated. However, it is important to note that listed courses are generally limited to those which offer substantial assistance in detailing and planning functions for Navy personnel. Many significant courses are purposely omitted because they are basic to officer professional development. Team, refresher, indoctrination, orientation, and most fleet training are omitted for this reason. If you feel a service school should be added to the NOS manual, you will need to contact your community manager. Your respective detailer manages and assigns most AQDs. To request the addition of an AQD, refer to Appendix D of the NOS Manual, Volume 1. Contact your detailer for guidance on required documentation, qualifications, and the overall process. AQDs will only be assigned or awarded after a record review or after the appropriate documentation is submitted to determine that eligibility requirements have been met. If you see a discrepancy on your ODC, contact your detailer for guidance on correcting. Here is additional information regarding AQDs not managed by your detailers. Please contact the respective AQD coordinator for AQDs 6-7 Alpha and 6-8 Mike. For other less common AQDs not entered by the detailer, please note the contact information provided on this slide. As of May 2020, Navy Personnel Command launched the new BUPERS Online NDAWS application for personal awards and decorations. This snapshot shows its location. The application replaces the Navy Department Awards Web Service, or NDAWS website, which is now in a read-only state. If a personal award is missing from your OMPF, you should refer to the steps above for guidance on updating your record with the appropriate awards. If a personal award in BOL NDAWS has errors, you may use the email provided on this slide to request correction. Be sure to include the appropriate personal details like name, award identification number, award type, merit dates, and an explanation of the error. Official officer photographs are required in the OMPF for active duty officers within the first 3 months after acceptance of each promotion. The preferred uniform is uncovered in service khakis. If service khakis are unavailable, any regulation uniform is acceptable. Officers should have their photo taken at a Navy or Department of Defense facility. The photograph must include full-length display 3/4 view of the member. The image must be in color with a plain flat background to provide sufficient contrast to highlight details of the uniform. Other photograph requirements may be found in the current versions of MilPERS Man 1070 TAC 180 and NAVADMIN 265/18. The photograph must be submitted digitally through the Officer Photo link now located on BUPERS Online. It is important to note that corrections submitted to the board are only for the purposes of the board. Once the board is dismissed, this documentation is destroyed. PERS is the only entity that can correct the official record. Here is a summation of the key documents and websites discussed throughout this presentation. They should be used for additional guidance listed in this presentation. This concludes today's webinar.